Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Here's Emmy Award winner, Homer.
The busiest 60 minutes of your day, the Homer Hour. Rain Man coming up shortly. Caller number 5, 1-800-990-3776. Caller number 5, you have a chance to win a ESPN prize pack. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm certain it's nice. And there's no standard yet. I'm working on that to where you automatically get it, even if you get 0. Not change the rules yet, but I'd like to. I think that you should be required to get 1. Not much of a standard, but it is a standard. The opening comment, of course, every show. Apologize I didn't say it sooner. The Miz is not pitching tonight.
He's a freak.
When is he pitching again? It's not my job. Someone else can have that job. My job at the beginning of every show, every day, is to tell you if he's pitching or not. Now, if he would be pitching the following afternoon before the show, then I would have to make an adjustment in that case. 1-800-990-3776, caller number 5. You get a chance to win the ESPN prize pack. But it's busy because Jason Wilde will be on in a bit. And then we'll have Jerry Augustine for the latest on The Miz. I am, of course, still trying to change it so that no one ever says 4-seam anymore. That is a fastball. Was a fastball, is a fastball, will always be a fastball. Whoever decided we cared about how many seams you have on the ball? But anybody care like Brett Favre? No. The fastball. There are pitches other than a fastball, but there's only one pitch that's a fastball, and that's what you would call it. So anytime you hear 4-seam, realize that it's a fastball. We'll discuss that again with 755 Jerry Augustine. I don't think he's moving in my direction. Any pitch also that for a right-hander goes to the right instead of to the left, it's a screwball because that's the proper word. It seems impossible that you could throw the ball and have it go backwards. Every right-handed pitch will generally go straight, or if it's going to move, it'll move to the left, either quickly if it's a curve, less quickly and harder if it's a slider. But nobody else uses screwball anymore. So my wish in baseball, other than the Brewers winning the World Series, is that they never use 4-seam again, or anything other than a screwball for a pitcher whose pitch goes the opposite direction that you expect. Like a left-hander is going to go to the right as it goes to the plate. And if it goes back to the left, that's goofy. They didn't call it a goofy ball, which they couldn't. They called it a screwball. One day, I guess they decided to change that. I'll have to ask. I think maybe a cutter is the closest thing. There is nothing closest to ball going in the wrong direction. Ashby has what used to be called a screwball. And then if you have the ability to have it go backwards and also go the right direction, you're a pretty hard pitcher to hit. Caller number 5, 1-800-990-3776. So, yes, my obsession's to get Marcus Johnson into the Basketball Hall of Fame and to never hear 4-seam ever again. I don't know when that was invented. Been watching when Dizzy Dean was doing the game, when Kirk got in, never a 4-seam. It's a fastball. Somebody, I don't know. Alex can look up who invented and is to blame for, no one's to blame, but who's the first person to ever call it a 4-seamer? That must have been like a pitching coach or something like that. But the first announcer to ever say it. Is there a limit to how many times you can be a contestant in the ESPN rules? No, I guess not. All right, that's fine. He's a legend. Chef Ed joins us. Though I'm not sure if it's retired Chef Ed. Is it kind of like a Packer? If you're a chef, you're always a chef, even if you're not actually chefing right now. Chef Ed, good evening.
How's it going, Homer?
Yeah, I'm
It's going
retired
fine.
from asking.
How's it going for you, Chef Ed? Yeah, thanks. All right.
It's going great.
And
retired life is great.
Are you a chef even when you're not chefing? Do you remain a chef forever, like you're a packer forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because people always ask me to cook for them and do gatherings and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not actually out in a professional restaurant.
No,
I've been sitting here pondering, I'm pondering what's going to be Homer's theme today. You always got a theme with the questions, and want to know what the theme's going to be.
I'll let you be the judge of that when you're done and say this was what the theme was because you're Chef Ed. Chef Ed is now participating in his 8,000th contest at Good Karma Brands. This Rain Man is brought to you by Chef Ed. He's on it so much now. He's now brought to you. That's good. I like that. You doesn't even have to do anything. It's also brought to you by Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and been doing it well for over 50 years. How long you been a chef, Chef Ed? I don't think 50 years. How many?
No, it was 53.
53. You're right up there. You're the Saganiac of chefs. Saganiac Planning, appropriately now, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service, and doing it well locally for over 50 years, like Chef Ed. One of the reasons they're so good, because it can get complicated. People get confused, not at Saganiac Planning. Phone number, remember 3 numbers, that's all. Saganiac Planning, 262-783-783. Roger Maris, 6161. So thanks again to our sponsors, Chef Ed and Saganiac Planning, not necessarily in that order. 50 years you've been a chef. Don't you ever get tired of food?
No. There's always so many different cuisines and
right.
ethnic cooking.
Think of that. I don't want to ask, like, how many burgers have you made in your life or something? I don't know. What item have you made more than any other? What's the item that you've made the most? A burger, probably, or not? I don't know.
Probably a burger, yeah,
All right.
as far as the most.
Chef Ed, we checked AI. He has done 26,000 burgers in his life. Look that up. Alex, look up AI. For a chef someone who's been a chef over 50 years, what's the likely number of American chef, the number of burgers that they have done in their life? Hold off on that because we got to get you to start the clock. The first question is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question because they've been such a great supporter of Marquette. Saganiac Planning, 15 questions, 2 minutes. You're ready to go, Chef Ed.
Ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go. 1971 NBA draft selected by the New York Knicks, the first Marquette player taken in the first round.
Pass.
With what pick was the Miz taken at the 2022 baseball draft?
Fifth.
Pathetic. How old is the Miz?
22.
Incorrect. How old is Wemby, the star of the San Antonio Spurs?
22.
Correct. How old am I?
71.
That's correct. What Brewer pitcher was going to LSU, but expecting $1 million? He got $2 million from the Brewers, so he signed with the team instead. Name that Brewer pitcher.
Pass.
The Miz's fastest pitch ever. And again, I need a 10th, like 93.6. Miz's fastest pitch is what?
103.7.
That's correct. How do you spell his last name?
Miss.
Incorrect. The Miz's ERA this season, 1.5, 1.8, or 2.
1.5.
Correct. The Miz, career, 5 losses. How many career wins for the Miz? Wins, not losses. Yes.
13.
13 is incorrect. Christian Watson with a $92 million contract. How much is guaranteed?
Oh, you just 33% of it? No.
Now, incorrect. What college did Christian Watson play college football? Where did he play?
Pass.
Romeo Dobbs, $68 million contract. How much is his guaranteed? It's more than Watson.
35.
Incorrect. No. Brewers, first in the division. What team is second in their division?
Cardinals.
Correct. Who has the most home runs for the Brewers?
Bowers.
That is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7, but I'm not sure because it went weird a little bit. All right, 7.
I had 6 for the
6?
record.
All right, well, let's see where we disagree because I could be. 1971 NBA draft, selected by the New York Knicks, first Marquette player taken in the first round. Dean, the dream manager who was on one of the Knicks teams that won a title. This is pathetic. I should have taken Chef Ed out of the contest. With what pick was The Miz taken in the 2022 baseball draft?
Was it 62nd?
63.
How
old is The Miz? The Miz is 24. You were correct. Wemby is 22. That's the first one. How old am I? He said 71, so you got two. All right. What Brewers pitcher was going to LSU but expecting $1 million in the draft, got $2 million from the Brewers, and instead signed with the team?
He's a freak.
Yeah, The Miz. That's The Miz's story. He was going to follow the year after the great pitcher now for the Pirates because he left after a year. Miz's fastest pitch, you nailed that, 103.7. That's 3. How do you spell his last name? M-I-S-I-O-R. Owski, O-W-S-K-I. You got that wrong. The Miz's ERA this season is 1.5. I think you got that right. Do you have that? Did you say that, Alex?
Oh, I just didn't mark that one. You're right.
Okay. All right.
Then it is 7.
The Miz, career 5 losses. How many career wins for The Miz? 12. Christian Watson, $92 million contract. What's the guaranteed number?
31.
31. Where did he play?
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State. Romeo Dobbs, $68 million 4-year contract. But his guarantee is more than Watson's. How much?
Is it 36?
39.
39.
So which contract do you want? Watson's or Dobbs when you get 39 instead of 31, even if the overall number, which is meaningless, is $24 million less. The Brewers are in first. Yes, the Cardinals are in second, 4.5 back. And Bowers does lead the Brewers with 12. So we think he had 7, right? Because it was about the ERA or something. Either way, it doesn't change what you get, Chef Ed. But do you have like a storage place with all the stuff you've won from all the contests you've been that you've won?
I've given so much stuff away to family and friends. Yeah.
All right.
T-shirts and caps and koozies and So obviously, Homer, the theme was The Miz today. It was The Miz was the theme.
Yeah. If you listen to the show more, you'd know it's been that way for 3 weeks. And by the way, before you're ever allowed, because you are Chef Ed, to be in Rain Man again, I will ask you, with what pick was The Miz taken in the 2022 baseball draft? And if you don't get it right, I will pick another contestant. I hold you, the historic Chef Ed, to a higher standard. With what pick was The Miz taken in the 2022 baseball draft?
63rd.
63. There'd be something you can remember with 63. 1963, something happened. Is that the year Kennedy got killed? I think it was. The Great Connection. John Kennedy killed November of 1963. I think. Am I right? Yep. 4th grade. Whew. And then live, I saw it live when Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald on TV, live, and wherever it was. What kind of a police station allows a guy to shoot somebody? I still don't get that. Maybe look that up on AI. How the hell did Jack Ruby end up going to, and I know it was the Dallas police officer somewhere, pulled out a gun. And that was the end of Lee Harvey Oswald. More than you needed to know. Chef Ed, with what overall pick was The Miz taken in the 2022 baseball draft?
Let's say 63.
63. And I will be looking up for various Packer players taken in the history of the team that were taken 63. When you are taken 63 in anything, you are not taking number 63. You are taking what? A Miz. 63 no longer exists. 63 is now The Miz.
He's a freak.
Yeah. John Smoltz. Can't wait to talk to him at some point. There's no rush to it. Because he talked about the fear that he has that everybody has. You hope he doesn't have his arm go bad or shoulder go bad and need surgery like all or almost all young pitchers seem to be. He's hoping, Smoltz, maybe he's different because he throws the ball differently and as he sedated. John Smoltz, forever, as to what he said and called The Miz.
He's a freak.
It's that simple. Sure wish they copy that like they have the 4-seamer or whatever seamers that is. I don't know. Jason Wilde. Nicely done, Chef Ed. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On 894 northbound, right at the ramp from Beloit Road, left lane blocked with a crash. So delays coming out of the Hale interchange, as you might expect. We've also got issues along 4394, some debris in the center lane at Howard Avenue on northbound 4394. A couple of broken down vehicles, and looks like we've got more delays continuing up from Chase all the way to Locust. Southbound is backing up from before Capitol Drive down through the Marquette down to the KK River crossing. Westbound 94 got backups from 30th Street all the way through to Holly Road, back on the brakes passing Moreland Road to Calhoun. Eastbound's heavy from Highway 16 all the way to Calhoun and 76th Street to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, scattered thunderstorms, some may be very strong, muggy with fog tonight, lows of 68. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy, another round of storms may possibly head through, a high of 88. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they will show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Ian Fitzsimmons.
As Charlie Baker, the now president, former governor of Delaware, has told Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee Show, has told us in our college football seminar last summer, we don't have any power. Our rules are nothing. The rules can be there, but they don't mean anything because they can be overruled by any local court. And what has just happened, you have a player who, by a letter of the law, wagered on his not just on his sport but on his team, not to win. Yes, okay, so be it. So did Pete Rose, right? But in the NCAA rule book, you cannot bet on your sport. You want to bet on the Kentucky Derby? Knock yourself out. Major League Baseball? Go right ahead. Your sport? No, it is black and white.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Jason Wilde, 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, all Packers all the time. He is worthy of and on the Jason Wilde Yuengling hotline. No one else is other than that other Jason Wilde, if this Jason can run him down. The Jason Wilde Yuengling hotline. Good evening, Jason. How you doing?
Great, Homer. Thanks for asking. It's always a treat when you do that. I don't know about the other Jason Wilde. I have never gone further in my efforts to track him down, and I don't intend to. So great to be on with the GOAT on the GOAT Yuengling hotline as well.
Have you seen the movie The GOAT?
I have not. I see that it is now available on a streaming service. I'm not sure which one.
And I believe Steph Curry probably was the one who did this. The concept of the GOAT is that the GOAT is a GOAT.
Yeah, it's clever.
It is.
I was thinking maybe, we're big on AI nowadays. I was thinking maybe I could take a photo of you, or maybe Strofe could, because he's more adept at this kind of thing, and make a goat that looks like Uncle Homer, because you're obviously a goat, and then the goat would be a goat. You just got to put like headphones on him or something, instead of like him being a basketball player.
That he did start a trend that could go in that direction if people chose to. All right, I want you to talk about the Green Bay Packers. You've watched them, you hear him, the coach. This stuff to me is pretty much meaningless, other than what you learn and feel about any or all of the players, or what crosses your mind worthy of keeping track of when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, the football is what it is. Like, I think it's good for Lucas Van Ness to have some success with the pass rush yesterday. I don't think it's worth getting too overly excited about, however. So I think we got to be careful about that, just like we have to be careful about getting too concerned about Lucas Van Ness having success in those pass rush drills against Jordan Morgan. But look, the news of the day is Tucker Kraft telling us, well, a couple things. One, I feel very comfortable based on his kind of choice of words, even though he wouldn't flat out say it, that they will have a new deal done for him before he sets foot on the practice field. I thought that was one of the things that really jumped out about today. Basically, he said that he believed he was the best tight end in football when it comes to doing everything as a Y tight end. And I would say that that's probably the kind of statement you make because you want to be paid as the best Y tight end in football. So I'm guessing that's his goal. We'll see if that deal gets done. But I think, we're anticipating him starting training camp on the PUP just briefly, and then getting cleared for practicing on a limited basis. And then the other thing he said was that it is his expectation and intention to be in week 1, September 13th, at Minnesota, to be able to play without any sort of, he called it a pitch count, but snap limitations. So if they run 70 offensive snaps, he expects to be ready to play all 70 if he's given the opportunity to. So I thought those were the two things more than anything else that really jumped out about today that was most significant, and we'll now have to wait and see if he's able to actually bring that to fruition.
Don't you believe anything he says? I mean, like if he
him,
said,
I do. Yeah, not everybody, but him, I do. Yeah, for sure.
When,
I mean, look,
when do you remember first
and
realizing how good he could be, or that he could be this good, or what's the?
Who was that again? Was it again? Strofe. Was it against the Chargers where he hurdled that dude his rookie year, where he'd been sitting behind. Thank you. He'd been sitting behind Luke Musgrave, and then Luke Musgrave left with an injury which turned out to be like a lacerated kidney, and he went in and he hurdled that dude.
But did you say when he went in,
guy...
turned to somebody and said, "Watch this guy, watch this guy," or did his?
Oh, after that, I think we all
right
had a pretty good idea how good he was capable of being. So that part wasn't necessarily surprising. What I would say is that, and I got some grief for it when I said it at the time, and I think even at this point now, even Chewy himself would say that I was underestimating him. But I said very early on that he reminded me of Chewy, because Chewy did everything.
I remember that because I responded
they went out and got Keith. Yeah, I mean, they went out. Yes, you did. They went out and got, obviously, Keith Jackson. But Keith Jackson was not a do-it-all guy, right? I mean, he was the run down the field, catch the ball, make a play that way, down the seam type guy. And that's not – Tucker Kraft does that, but he does all the other stuff too. And there aren't a lot of tight ends that do that. There's plenty of guys that are really good pass catchers that can be really productive. But I don't think there's anybody – there's other good tight ends, don't get me wrong. And anybody who, short shrifts other tight ends, I think you got to be careful because we probably have a bias when it comes to Tucker Kraft. But to me, the bottom line is that he's in the conversation as the best in the league at doing everything. Like frankly, he's where George Kittle was 4 or 5 years ago when he emerged, right? I mean, I just think he just does everything so well, and that's why they missed him so desperately. They didn't have anybody even remotely like him. That's the thing about him and Watson. There are other good players, right? There are other good players at those positions. But there's nobody really that can do what fits their skill sets. Nobody, Bo Melton's fast, right? I mean, he runs fast.
Yeah.
Matthew Golden's fast, but not as fast and big and tall and everything else as Christian Watson is. So, yeah, they can do something similar to what he does, but they can't do exactly what he does. Tucker Kraft, they tried to kind of recreate him in the aggregate. They had Luke Musgrave, who did not practice today. I'm not sure what exactly happened yesterday, but he's not practicing. He still has moments where he's a useful tool in the offense. He catches the ball. He's fast, but he certainly doesn't block at the same level. So then you got a guy like Josh Wilde, who's having a really good offseason by all accounts, and I've seen him do some good things, but he's not Tucker Kraft good. And that's what makes these guys so important, is that if you don't have anybody that's quite like that guy, it's really hard to try and do the things you have envisioned with your offense because you don't have the guys that make it come to life.
And this is how I would say, as good as Chewy was, he's no Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft, if Ron Wolf was around.
I think Chewy would say that too, by the way.
I know. If Ron Wolf was watching and we asked him, he'd say, dude's a field tilter. And
he would. That is exactly the phrase he would use. Absolutely. And he'd be right.
And the challenge of Tucker Kraft, and you can tell him the old man said this, he needs to go meet Cliff Crystal and said, Cliff, I want you to tell me if at any point you actually think I'm better or as good as the greatest tight end who ever played here, Ron Kramer. And only Cliff Crystal could answer that question.
Yeah. That is definitely true. I definitely can't answer that. I can say that he's better than Jermichael Finley. Does that count?
Yeah, you can say whatever that, but there aren't many players left. You can ask Jerry Kramer, and all those players say that Ron Kramer was the greatest athlete they ever had, and the power sweep.
No relation.
The power sweep. Yeah, no relation. The power sweep was a success more because of Ron Kramer than Vince Lombardi.
Ooh, that's a good quote.
Ask Jerry Kramer on that. Anyway, sorry to go down Hudson. I apologize. I said I was going to interrupt.
No, that's good. I like Don Hudson stuff. I think the other important thing that I want to get to, though, because I know I've mentioned this before, but it bears repeating because of the news of the last couple of days of Christian Watson getting his contract, then talking yesterday, and now Tucker Kraft talking today. There was one game last season when both those guys played. One game.
Wow.
One.
Nice.
Only one. And it was in Pittsburgh. And again, Stroh fact-checked me on this. I believe Jordan Love threw for 360 yards in that game. Tucker Kraft had 7 for 143 and 2 touchdowns. Watson had 4 catches for like 84 or something like that. That was what this offense can be And they didn't have Reed. He was gone for that big chunk of time with a broken collarbone. But for those that are looking for reasons to be optimistic, and I'll tell you this, Jordan Love remember when we used to talk about, I don't see enough wow throws from him? I saw perhaps the wowiest wow throw I have ever seen from him today inside the Hudson Center. He is fading/rolling to his left and throws back across the field to his right. The ball had to go 50-ish yards in the air to Jaden Reed, and it was right. I mean, it like he could not have handed it to him more accurately for a 70-some yard touchdown. I mean, it was an unbelievable throw. And so if you're a Packers fan looking for, reasons for optimism, when sometimes I am guilty of saying, well, I have concerns about the offensive line and got concerns about
He wowed you.
The idea of this offense with Watson, Kraft, Reed, a second-year Matthew Golden, and again, we don't know exactly where the legal situation is, but an offensive line that maybe can at least get a few opportunities for Josh Jacobs not to be hit immediately when he touches the football, it could be pretty scary. I mean, I don't want to go overly hype-ish, but thinking back to that Pittsburgh game and what they looked like when Kraft and Watson were both on the field for that only game of the year. I'm not saying it's going to be like that every game, but that's a glimpse of just how explosive these guys could be.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, all Packers all the time on the Jason Wilde Yuengling Hotline. Of course, we have a Miz update from Jerry Augustine, 7:55 coming up later. Do want to mention about Milwaukee weight loss, and it hasn't changed. It's the same every day from 229 to 205. I could go down further if I wanted to, but I don't. I like the weight I'm at, but it comes down to this. The Milwaukee weight loss program is so good because I eat less, and I'm happy eating less. Started in January, so I got January, February, March, April, May, June. And I'm still eating less, and I'm happy eating less. And there are no buts. Well, you do this, but you have to do this. No, it works. But you have to do this. No. The program is different because there are no buts, no drugs, no surgery, no injections, just their plan. They figured it out. They get you to eat less, and you'll enjoy eating less. And it's impossible to eat less and not lose weight. And for a limited time, get $200 off of the Milwaukee Weight Loss Summer Special. $200 off. Book your free consultation now at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary. 262-235-3980. And go ahead and say, Homer said all this stuff. Yes. They told me before I even started. It's almost easy. And that's the perfect way to put it. You eat less. You're happy eating less. That means the weight will stay off literally forever. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 43, we do have a crash. It is at the ramp from Keefe. The left shoulder is blocked right now, so we got delays basically from just before Capitol Drive all the way down past that point through the Marquette interchange. We do have a broken down vehicle with the right lane blocked at Beecher. This is a semi that is getting hooked up to a tow truck as we speak. We also have a crash right about at Holt Avenue on the northbound side of 4394. That one's off on the right shoulder. Westbound on 894, we're technically seeing delays right into the Hale interchange and swinging northbound to Beloit Road, where there is an accident with the two left lanes blocked. We've also got delays on northbound 41, basically from North Avenue all the way up to Silver Spring. And then southbound, we've got a couple of broken down vehicles heading right through that North Avenue and Burleigh area. Eastbound 94, heavy from 164 all the way to Calhoun. Back on the brakes from 76th Street to about 35th. Westbound 35th Street to about Hawley Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Scattered thunderstorms, some may be very strong. Muggy with fog tonight. Lows of 68. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy. Another round of storms may possibly head through, a high of 88. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Broken seals and old frames let your cool air escape, and with summer just getting started, it's only going to get hotter. Upgrade your home's windows now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Built with top-quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, Window Nation's windows fit perfectly and lock in the air. Upgrade today, and your home will stay cooler this summer and warmer when winter comes. Your home stays comfortable year-round, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. Don't wait to put an end to your window problem. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today. You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, 7:55, Jerry Augustine coming up shortly, because I want more from him on The Miz. I can't hear enough about The Miz. I want to know what he's thinking, because The Miz clearly is doing what Jerry Augustine 755 wants. He's become a better pitcher. That's why his ERA this year is 1.5. That's unbelievable, given what the average ERA is in baseball. That's what you should look. It's not your ERA, it's what the average. When Bob Gibson had this incredibly low ERA, everybody had a low ERA. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy-efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. You can solve it. And getting hot, you can do better. This is how you do it. As a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, you book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewer tickets. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, also proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project. And before we get to 7:55, tune into the new season of Behind the Bucks broadcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. 87 McDonald's Open, the U.S., that was the Bucks, against the best team in the world, the Soviet Union. Just check to see. I've claimed the Bucks led at some point in that game by 48 points. Before the Dream Team, this was historic. Open the doors to international stars coming to the NBA. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcast Behind the Bucks presented by Gallagher. You should call him nothing but 755, formerly Jerry Augustine, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Soccer fans, it's go time. The biggest tournament in the world is finally here, and ESPN Milwaukee is getting ready for Team USA at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Hey, it's Alex Strope. Join Kyle Wallace and me for a live broadcast of Kyle and Bruss Friday, June 12th as we pregame USA versus Paraguay from 2 to 5. That's at Veer North, Milwaukee's home for soccer. Great food, cold drinks, and the ultimate match day atmosphere. Grab your friends, wear your red, white, and blue, and kick off your Friday with us at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Summer is here, and if your home already feels warmer than it should, your windows could be working against you. Right now, buy 4 windows, you get 4 free. That's one of the biggest offers of the year. Plus, you'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. Call 414-410-2000 or visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months of interest-free payments, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows. When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Jerry Augustine, no, 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine. I can't wait till he goes and gets his birth certificate changed to 755, and then you can say it. Excuse me, I am 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine. 755, how you doing?
I'm doing great today, Homer. How are you doing?
I'm doing outstanding. All right, every time we call, Wednesdays, not every Wednesday, but most, to get a Miz update. You said, and I know this, you want him to improve as a pitcher. Even you have to be impressed with what he's done in that regard.
First of all, Homer, I want to say I applaud you for you taking the interest in the Miz kid as you do, because this guy is a young, special human being that has some talents that we have not seen in the game of baseball for a long time. Yeah, we have a lot of good pitchers in the game, but this guy has been something special, and he's probably going to be the most talked about pitcher in the game of baseball this year, just what he's been able to achieve. What he has done, I thought last time out, I've never seen something in the game, and one thing that you always appreciate as a former ball player is respect that you have between a player standing on a field and a manager looking out at him, and each other looking at each other, wanting to do something special, and you get that respect that Miz got his last time outing. He wanted to go that last inning. He wanted to prove that he could go that. He looked in, he shook his head, and there was Murph almost saying, yeah, I got you. I got you. That type of respect that you have between a player and a manager is something that you don't see every day, and it's something so special, and it's even more special because Miz is out there, the Miz kid is out there trying to achieve something special, and that is to be the best pitcher in all of baseball.
I want to apologize. If you go on YouTube, it says phone Jerry Augustine. No, 7:55. Now, I don't even want Jerry Augustine anywhere near that. 7:55. Here we go. Mr. 7:55. That's good. And if someone doesn't know, that means we got work to do.
Yes, we do.
Now, did you play for Bamberger?
Yes, I did.
All right, I just want to let you know, ain't no way Bamberger ever did with you what Murph did with the Miz. Like when Bamberger's walking out and you go, no, and he didn't even slow it down. When he says it's time for 7:55 to come out, you're coming out. Am I correct?
Probably more so, yes. And you do that out of respect for your manager, and your manager wants to do to win the game. I think, but when you look at this situation, it's a whole different. We have an individual that's taken baseball by storm and has done something so special that every day that he goes to the mound, it's a holiday. It's the Miz kid holiday, and that you get what you get that. And special players should receive that. And I think what Miz is trying to do, he's trying to prove to everybody. He's not only trying to prove to the sports people, he's not really the fans or the game of baseball. He wants to prove it to himself, and he wants to prove it to the Milwaukee Brewers that, hey, get on my back, I can carry you, but at the same time, I need to learn, I need to get better. I want to be the best, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to be the best.
Don't you think that this situation was also Murph wanting to see what Miz would do? All right, you want to go? Let's see.
I think Murph had more fun out of this than anybody, because the most thing you can do as anytime you're managing a team or coaching a team and you're coaching a player is that respect you can get with a player, that inner enjoyment. I think if you really looked at Murphy and you look and he didn't have a smile on his face. He just was watching what the Miz kid was doing. He was smiling on the inside saying, yes, this is baseball. This is what it's all about. This is something very special. This is the next step that this young man has to do to prove that he can be the best of baseball. And we always talk about him being the best, but it's true. He wants to be the best. You look at what he does. You look at his structure, his body. He gets an extra reach to the plate. His ball explodes. It probably looks like, instead of 102, it looks like 105. He throws strikes. He commands his secondary pitches. Everybody says he needs a changeup. He uses his changeup, and he's got one. But this is a kid who's still learning the game of baseball, taking that physical aspect, taking that mental aspect, and turning it all into one thing, being the best pitcher in baseball.
Talking with 7:55. That's right. You go to YouTube, you can subscribe there, and it says they're right there. Alex did it right. Mr. 7:55. And there's only, I'm not worthy of that, but I just wish I could have been Jerry Augustine after you win the game in July. I'm not sure the exact date. In July, because I would have walked up to Hank Aaron. By then, he was already a legend. Mr. Aaron, just do me a favor. Never hit another home run because I want to be known as 755. You, of course, would never do that. I'd have been mentioned that every game. Then he probably would have hit one. If you'd have brought it up, he'd have hit one just to make his point. Whenever or wherever you're listening, just know we're live on YouTube as well. Search ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and subscribe today. And yes, you will see on the phone Mr. 755. When you watch The Miz now, do you just watch, or are you still looking at certain things, observing what impresses you? What's the process now for you when you watch The Miz pitch?
The big thing that I watch with The Miz now is his adjustments on the mound. He knows what he has to do. He knows what he wants to do, and that he can do, and he can do special things that he needs to do when it's command pitches, be a secondary pitcher. We've already seen him go out there and be a kind of guy that goes out and throws 101 to 103 on a consistent basis.
Fastball. Don't give me that seam crap. It's the fastball that goes 103.
The fastball.
Yes.
Throwing the fastball.
What is his second best pitch?
I think his breaking ball is his second best pitch.
Wow.
He throws a little bit of a cutter, but you know what's so good about it? We've seen him go out and be velocity-wise, and we've seen him go out and be secondary pitch-wise. He's done it both ways, and to watch him go out and just pick out a way he needs to do to make the adjustments on the mound that he has to do in the game, I think is so special. He is a special individual, but you know what? Here's a guy that wants to be the best, and I keep repeating that. But you know what? He's going to be the most talked about player in the game of baseball as we go on through the season with what he's been able to accomplish. And I'll tell you what, it's just so much fun to watch. We are so fun to have him in Milwaukee. I appreciate all the people that go out and say, we love the Miz. It's the Miz Kid. It's the Miz Kid Day. Whatever we have to do. It's just something special that you don't see in the game of baseball. In Milwaukee, we have it.
You said that he wants to be the best, but I observe him, and he doesn't seem to have that swagger, or, he doesn't make comments like that. He has this incredible man. He goes, yeah, it was pretty good. I don't, maybe it was Yount that way, where being around him that someone's driven to be the best, but they don't talk with that, I don't want to say out of control ego, but a certain ego where they want everybody to know how good they are. Does that make sense to you or not?
It makes a lot of sense, Homer. You saw it in Robin Yount. Robin was the type of player that just the way he played the game so intently and wanted to be the best. Paul Mahler the same way. You see a guy like Don Sutton going out and pitching for the Brewers later when he came over to us. You see the same thing out of Miz. I think Miz, when he gets done, he just goes out and he's satisfied with it. Last time he went out, he wanted to get that thing accomplished. Murph let him do it. He walked off that mound, and I guarantee he had a certain look on his face, but inside he was saying, job well done. Now let's take the next step. And that's what you have to appreciate about a young man that just wants to be the best, that wants to go out there, not just to be the best, but to help his team be the best. And I think you see that you see that type of quality out of the Miz Kid, and I think it's a special thing that we have, and I think we should just ride him and enjoy him, and every time he goes out there, it's going to be a special day.
How do you decide or observe Murphy? Because clearly they want to limit his pitches. He's young, how many innings, and you want him to be able to do whatever is necessary in the playoffs. Or am I making that up? How do you just accept and say they know what they're doing and never, ever say they should have kept him in longer in the regular season? Where are you on that?
I think Chris Hook does a great job with the pitchers. He's a type of pitching coach that not only knows about the delivery and the technique and what you have to be a pitcher and the mental side of being able to go out there and use his great sequences, but he's more of a personal coach. He's a guy that gets to know that person, and I'll guarantee you that not only with Murph, but with Chris Hook, they talk between every start with the Miz Kid, saying, where are you? How are you feeling? Here's what we want to do. And he's dialed into that. He's set up to say, you know what? This is what you've set up for me. This is the way I'm going to go about my routine. I'm going to use my routine to the best of my ability. And when we have that opportunity to get better, I'm going to do what I have to do, and I'm going to chat with you guys to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. So I think when you look at the Miz, not only is this about himself being himself, it's also about himself being part of this organization and knowing what he has to do to be the best and help the Milwaukee Brewers be a winning ball club.
Talking with 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine. I actually like the second part as well as the first. Formerly known as Jerry Augustine. All right, his fastball is his best pitch, clearly. His curveball, you say, is his second best pitch. Third best pitch?
Well, I say more of a cutter that he throws now. He throws maybe a little bit of a slurve cutter is his probably second best pitch. I think he throws more of a breaking ball, maybe a third. And along with his breaking ball, I would put his changeup, because he's not used his changeup as much as he wants to, because he's trying to figure out in his repertoire of pitches how he wants to use that changeup and when it's going to be useful for him and how he wants to use it. I think that's going to come with that education as he goes on throughout the season. As you get later in the season, when they see him more and he gets a little bit tired, and when he gets to going down through the season, you'll see that changeup come about a little bit more than he's using now. I think it's just a matter of that learning technique, or that learning part of the game of baseball that you need to have with your sequence of pitches that's going to make you the best performer. And I think that's what he'll do. I think fastball, number one. I think cutter, slider, whatever you want to call it, number two. Curveball, maybe three, and the changeup right with it. And I think you're going to see that changeup come up. That changeup is going to be a big part of his game as he goes along throughout the season and starts using it on occasion, because he has used it, and when he has used it, it's been really good for him.
And now they give you every pitches and the number of pitches. So if he has 100 pitches, or does this vary on the team or people you're playing? Like, of the 100 pitches, what would be the numbers, or is it even fair to do that? Of 100, should 70 be fastballs and 10 curves, 10 cutters, 10 changeups, or does that vary given the team they're playing?
Homer, I think that varies. I think it varies on the type of game you're in and the type of games that he's going to be pitching, and whether it's what it's going to be. It's going to be fastball, curveball kind of day, or a fastball day. I think he adjusts to that, and those are the great things about him. Making those adjustments he has to make in every game that he pitches.
Well, you are 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine. I don't even know. I've forgotten the Miz's name. He just Miz.
The Miz Kid. It's wonderful.
The Miz Kid. We will do this again. 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine, with his latest on the Miz. Not every Wednesday at this time, but if this keeps going, it'll be pretty close. Thanks.
Thanks, Homer.
What if I just call him 7 for short? The NBA, and I'm watching for one reason, and one reason above everything else, to see what the Knicks do to Wemby. You cannot do what he did to their best players, and they didn't do anything in Game 3. He goes up to the hoop. I'm expecting like the Detroit Pistons did to Michael Jordan when he went to the hoop. Whatever it costs, technical, being thrown out, you cannot do what they did to the best player on the team. Let's see. Are we ESPN National in progress? Did 755 do it? Yeah, 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine, ESPN National in progress. And then Game 4.
Seeing a hefty ride along southbound 43. Right about at Keefe, we do have a crash on the left shoulder that's adding to the delays, and it stays heavy all the way down through the Marquette interchange past Lincoln, where we are also seeing some issues. Looks like, northbound 4394, just north of Holt Avenue. Looks like we've got the squads kind of blocking off the left lane. I think maybe a car might have hit the median wall through that area, so that's going to be a bit of an issue for a little bit. We've got backups coming out of the Plainfield curve all the way up to that point. Southbound 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down through the Capitol Drive area. Northbound, we've got a crash right at Good Hope Road off on the right shoulder. Delays coming in from Appleton Avenue to that point. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Scattered thunderstorms, some may be very strong. Muggy with fog tonight, lows of 68. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy. Another round of storms may possibly head through, a high of 88. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Wilde Automotive Group is celebrating America's 250th birthday with as little as $250 down or $250 a month. Wilde makes it easy to drive the new or used vehicle to fit your lifestyle. Celebrate America's 250th with Wilde Automotive. $250 down or $250 a month. Available on over 1,500 vehicles at every Wilde dealership location.
Select models with approved credit, tax, title, license, registration, and 479 dealer fees extra. See dealer for details. Expire 7/5/26.
Marquette Basketball head coach Shaka Smart here, and you're listening to the home of Marquette Basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Welcome into another edition of Thanalysis Weekly here on ESPN Wisconsin. Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis is a great podcast hosted by the one and only number 43 from your Milwaukee Bucks, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, and myself, Tony Cartagena. Over the course of the next hour, you're going to hear exclusive footage from one of our favorite events every year, Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis Live. It took place at the Riverside Theater here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and was incredible. We were joined by David Gruber, Mr. One Call That's All himself. We were joined by Pat Murphy, Jacob Misiorowski, Bryce Terang, and Trevor McGill, some of the biggest names on the Milwaukee Brewers this season, and also the headliner, the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the nature boy, Mr. Ric Flair, was part of Gruber Law Office's Thanalysis Live this time around. So you're going to hear a lot less of me and more of Thanalysis Live. But before we get there, got to remind everyone, this show would not be possible without our great team over at Gruber Law Offices. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all, gruber-law.com. That is gruber-law.com. As we always say, Jason Wilde says this on his show, we hope you never need to make that call or visit that website, gruber-law.com. But if you do, they're the one-stop shop. They are the one call, and that is all you need to make, and everything that you are worried about will be taken care of. They're also so familiar with Milwaukee and Wisconsin and our community because they've been doing it here for more than 35 years. Gruber-law.com. That is gruber-law.com. One of the most philanthropic, community-based organizations, businesses you can possibly think of. They have your back. They've been representing Milwaukee and Wisconsin for more than 35 years. Gruber-law.com. That is gruber-law.com. So first up, this is not what you would hear in a meeting with him, but we had Mr. One Call That's All, David Gruber, as part of Thanalysis Live. So let's take a quick listen to part of that interview. And if you've missed any of this, just remember to check out at Thanalysis Show on Instagram, at Thanalysis Show on YouTube, and hear full episodes, full interviews, and more. Thanalysis Live, presented by Gruber Law Offices, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, and McDonald's. First up, David Gruber with myself, Tony Cartagena, and